Hey, hey, let's go ahead and get started with the reading for you guys. Let's see what it has to say. We've got the first card out, Five of Autumn. Feeling a lack mentality. Okay, feeling left out in the cold. For some of you, you're looking at your finances and it's just not adding up. All the money going out, but not enough money coming in. Just know that there is help. All you have to do is ask. Okay, that's what the Five of Pentacles always represents. Is all you have to do is come out of that like feeling low and feeling like things aren't going to work out, or oh, don't do that to yourself. Okay, it is saying like come out of that, ask for the help you need. Sometimes it's just a piece of advice. So definitely it says reach out to others for assistance. Poor timing for a career change and feeling challenged by money issues. Yeah, exactly. Five of Pentacles. But also feeling left out in the cold. So, if this is like, maybe you're not talking to certain people, um, and you're feeling left out, just again, chin up. It'll all work itself out. Okay. Yep. Chin up. It'll all work itself out. We've got the Princess of Summer here. Okay. It says a new relationship or emotional experience, invitations to social events, a compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. It does talk about over here, reach out to others for assistance. And then we have the Princess of Summer. So this is about reach out to somebody. There is somebody who is very loving, very generous, very kind. This person is gentle, sensitive, and I feel like this person could actually help you, especially if you're inexperienced in a certain area. It's okay to reach out and say, hey, I need help. I do feel like this person, if you're willing to come out of that lack mentality of like, nobody can help me, I'm just stuck in this. If you can come out of that, reach out and ask for help, I do feel like you will actually get met with the right partner. And I feel like intuitively you already know who this person is, or this person could just randomly reach out to you and they have the information that you need. So, because we do have the Two of Summer, which is actually the Two of Cups, okay, at the bottom of the deck. Let's keep going. So, what is this about, Spirit? Okay, what is this about? We've got the Four of Spring. All right, so be grateful. You have much to celebrate, deep feelings of peace and happiness, a contented personal life. This could be, a home move. Okay, this could be for some of you, but or this person could show up at your house, or I do feel like there, whatever information this person is able to give you about something, I feel like it's going to make you feel much better. Okay, the Four of Spring, or yeah, Four of Spring, Four of Wands is definitely about stability. Okay, so for some of you this could have something to do with your stability, your finances, and all that. Spirit saying, listen, do you have a roof over your head? If you can say yes, you're doing okay. All right, if you have food on the table, I know that things are tough right now, but we're all going through it. But at the end of the day, with the Nine of Pentacles, so that's why it's so important that you come out of that lack mentality, because you create what you're thinking. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles here. So now you go from the five to the nine. All right, it says reward yourself for all your hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed, cherishing your time alone. So for some of you, you are working from home. Okay, and this is about reaching out to old clients. This is about, especially for those of you who are self-employed, it's about you doing other things like rerouting your business. That's what Mercury retrograde is all about. It's rethinking, reevaluating, redoing, reiterating, rerouting, okay, so that you can start building on what you're doing and capitalizing off of it. And I feel like if you're willing to put in that work, you're willing to reach out and ask for advice or get some type of help, especially for those of you who are, like I said, self-employed. I feel like you're actually, that's going to actually pay off with the Nine of Pentacles. So let's keep going, Spirit. We've got the Seven of Autumn. So it says, have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time or money, or both. Time and money. So listen, we go from the Five of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles to the Seven of Pentacles. So it's almost like what Spirit is trying to tell you is you already have everything you need. Whether you already have it within you, it's just a matter of putting time into it. Now, the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Autumn in this deck talks about like You know, are you getting a return on your investment? You know, what's working, what's not working, and then start working with the things that are and start capitalizing and building on those things. Okay. It's almost like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, should I continue doing this or should I start thinking about moving on? Spirit's already telling you, don't quit, you know, don't quit before the victory. Don't cut your nose off to spite your face. You know, sometimes it's a mindset, and you just need to switch it. Okay. What's the next card out? So Spirit is saying, have patience. Have patience with yourself. Everything is working out. Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay. So it's, you know, and some of you are like, but Peace, I've been working on this for years. I'm sure you have. And you know what? Like KFC, I said this in one of my other readings, you know, the Colonel from Kentucky Fried Chicken, he didn't get his lucky break until what? He was in his 70s. Like, you know, it's not a race to the finish line. It's not a race. Okay. So we got, look at this. We've got three more cards out. We've got the Prince of Winter, the King of Summer, and the Eight of Autumn. Lot of Pentacle cards here, and I'm going to get to those in just a minute. The next card we got out is the Prince of Autumn. So this is about a conversation. This is also about doing some type of research, okay? Researching what works, researching what, again, like I said earlier, what doesn't work. This card talks about being intellectual, determined, focused, and try not to be too impulsive, okay? It says, seek out an intellectual solution to your problem. The need to act quickly and decisively, sudden or unexpected changes. All right. So this is about, you know, having those conversations, reaching out to people if you are feeling like, fuck, I don't know what else to do. Reach out to other people that might be doing the same thing, even if it's not the exact same thing that you're doing. Maybe it's a website you need help on. So reach out to somebody that you know that has their own website, that they built it, and see if they have a piece of advice for you, and so on and so forth, whatever this is for you. Okay. So this is about also reaching out to the company and getting advice from the company. You know what I mean? If you're, say, you know, you're whoever it is you have your website through. Not everybody's doing a website, but it is a Mercury retrograde thing to do. Especially when you own your own business, it's time for you to revamp, redo, you know, and rework some things. Okay. So because we are talking about self-employment, this could have a lot to do with the way that you're marketing yourself, okay, for you to make money. And again, it's about reaching out and asking for help. Let me get one more card out and then we'll go over the next line, the future line, okay? Oh, wow, we got three cards out. Wow. So we got the Prince of Winter and we have the Princess of Winter now, the Six of Summer and the Magician. I'll get to that in a minute. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Summer. So yeah, it is just a mental thing. You know, maybe there's three different people who could help you. Since we do have the Princess of Summer here, the Prince of Winter here, and the Princess of Winter, okay? So we have three people here. Overall energy is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups talks about news we're celebrating, announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births, friends you can cherish. So maybe it's just a friend that you need to reach out to. Maybe it's a friend you haven't talked to in a long time, but maybe they have the information that you need. Oh my God, that is so funny because right when I said that, I looked down and I saw the word information, first word out. Let me read that to you. It says, information that can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or an adult. Okay. I do feel like this has a lot to do with your work because that's what I'm getting here. And I feel like it is work that you love, work that you appreciate. Try not to turn it all about the money because when you make it all about the money, that's when it loses all of its essence, all the emotion, because you're now so focused and so, you know, material driven that you're not really putting your heart into it. And so with these cups cards that we have here, okay, we do have four cups cards here, okay, which I like. I like seeing cups cards, especially when it comes to our finances. It tells me that there's emotion in what you're not doing and you're not just chasing the pentacles. You know, the pentacles is nice, but we have to water, nurture, and watch it grow. And it has to come from here. It can't come from here. Okay. But it is telling you to reach out. The people that you reach out to can help you. Maybe this is a health issue for some of you. All right. And with that, maybe there's somebody that has some type of information. They happen to just call in and they're able to like tell you some information that you didn't know anything about. And it's the one thing that could actually help you, right? Because I do feel like there's a lot of helpful energy here. I feel like if you were to reach out and ask for help, get out of your comfort zone, you know, not everybody is going to call you. Okay, not everybody's reaching out to you. So it's really up to you to reach out and call them. It's like me. I'm not going to call you and ask you if you want a reading. I'm right here on social media. I'm giving you the opportunity. Does this reading resonate? Do you want to look further into it? I don't call you and be like, so, hey, you want to get a reading? Right? So it's up to you to do your part instead of sitting and wallowing in the Five of Pentacles thinking, nobody loves me, nobody helps me, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Well, get out of that mentality because, again, that is what's going to color how the future holds. So change your mindset, change your energy, change your outcome. It's that simple, okay? So with the King of Summer, I do feel like whoever it is that you are reaching out to, this could be multiple people, and this is not necessarily a man. It could be a woman in her masculine emotional energy, which means she's very grounded. She has her emotions in check, but she is also very practical, okay? Because I do see all these Pentacles cards. She has a lot of emotion. He has a lot of emotion, but they also are very practical and realistic when looking at certain things. I feel like if this is a job for some of you, if you are going out to get a job, this is definitely an emotional something that you will enjoy doing. I feel like, it's going to feel like it's not work. Okay. With the Eight of Autumn here, it says, do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school, or apprenticeships. Excellent craftsmanship and long-term projects. Okay. So that's why I'm saying, like, you're going to take steps back and you're going to take steps forward. It's going to feel like you're doing this dance, right? You're going to have really lucrative days when it comes to business. And then you're going to have days where things are just fucking slow. On the days where things are slow, work on all the other things, mastering the things that, need to get taken care of, and enjoy doing it. Enjoy the journey. Don't turn it into a job, because if you turn it into a job, you're going to hate what you fucking do, and it's not going to last. It has to be something where you feel so drawn to it that, yes, even all these little tedious things that need to get done, they're all part of the process. Okay. I think that people tend to forget about that because all they think is, well, I started a business. I went and got a business license. Okay. Well, what's your advertising like? How much time are you putting into it? Or are you just sitting on the couch waiting for customers to come through, yet you're not doing anything to entice them? You know what I mean? So with that said, I do feel like, again, this is about doing research, getting to the bottom of things, trying things from a different perspective, getting advice, finding a mentor, hiring a business mentor. Even if you need help, you can always schedule a reading. I can tell you how it's done, especially for those of you who want to start your own platform. Okay. Like, there's all different types of things. So I feel like for a lot of you, you need to go back to the past in order to be able to move forward in the future. There's something that you're missing. There's something you need to learn. And it's in this time, so that when Mercury goes direct on the 25th, plus we have that Jupiter Uranus conjunction on the 20th, we can start moving forward, and you're going to start seeing the wheels turning from all the work that you already have put in motion. So you're going back over things to go back over, to go forward. Okay. So it almost feels like, 10 steps back and only 2 steps forward, but that's not the case. So we do have the Six of Summer here, the next card out, and it talks about children or childhood, the return of people or romances from the past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. Okay. So for those of you, this is about your health. You're looking back at how you were treated by a doctor, or how when you tried this certain, I've had people tell me, oh, I've already tried acupuncture. And I'm like, okay, well, how often did you do it? And they're like, well, I went in and got it done. And I'm like, so you did it once? And they're like, well, yeah. I'm like, that's not how you do it. It took you this many years to get you to this point. It's going to take consistency every single week. Like when I had my neck and shoulder issue, which was never a neck and shoulder issue, and thank God my acupuncturist figured that out. It was actually a liver issue, and the doctors were giving me epidurals, right? And so I was willing to try something outside the box, and I went to an acupuncturist, and she was fucking amazing. She totally saved my life. One of the things that I did in tandem, I did all these different things in tandem. You can't just do one, you got to use them all, right? And so I ended up going in for acupuncture, and she had me come in every single week for 6 months. And no joke, after a couple of months of that, we did like every 2 weeks for like a couple of months. Then we weaned it down to like, what was it, once a month, and now I just go in for tune-ups basically, but I had to be consistent. If I would have went in and like once or twice and been like, well, I tried it and it didn't work, you're not allowing it to give it the time in order for it to fix itself. It's like vitamins. You don't just take your vitamins one day and all of a sudden everything's fucking, taking all hunky-dory in the body. No, you got to take vitamins, and then you need to reduce some of the vitamins. You need to add different vitamins. That's why it's really important to talk to a healthcare, or, herbalist, a naturopath, homeopathy, all of those things. It's really good to talk to somebody, because it's one thing to go to Walmart, pick up your fucking vitamins, but those are garbage. If you can pick them up at a grocery store or a Walgreens or a vitamin shop, that means that they're fucking garbage. You're not even getting the best version of vitamins that you could be getting. FYI. And P.S., I'm not a doctor. I'm not prescribing you anything, but I'm telling you how the system works. Doctors are taught to cut out the inflammation. The naturopaths are there to help you get to the bottom of whatever situation that ails you. Okay. So if that is, the case, you can actually heal yourself. The doctors don't want you to know that, because well, people don't make money. Okay. So with that said, I do feel like with the magician here, okay, you can do anything. It says, you can do anything. Big ol' exclamation point. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. So, same thing with your health, same thing with your business, okay? Sometimes we got to go back in order to move forward. Sometimes we need to go back to an old friend or an old colleague or an old program or an old whatever, in order for us to, maybe we forgot something, maybe we missed something the first time, so we need to go back, do a recheck so that we can move forward. And I feel with the magician here, you are capable of moving forward on this journey. You are capable of manifesting the life of your dreams. You're capable of manifesting more money, more abundance, more, more, right? We have manifested all the way up until this point. Don't let anything fool you, okay? So I love how it goes from the Five of Pentacles at the very beginning of the reading, and it ends with the magician, and the magician is recognizing, holy shit, I have literally manifested myself all the way up to this point. I've always had everything that I've ever needed. Even if it was in an uncomfortable situation, you still had everything you needed in order to move forward on your journey. So with that said, I feel like, congratulations, whoever this is, you go from the lack mindset to the I am creative, I am abundant, I am, I am, right? And you realize that you have all of the elements to create whatever it is that you are trying to move forward with. And you're going to have that here. And I feel like, yes, with the Six of Cups here, people say, oh, it's a soulmate, and oh, somebody from the past is returning. You could very well hear from someone from the past, or you could be the one reaching out to the person from the past. But I do feel like for a lot of you, this has a lot to do with work. Okay. Somebody could be coming back and asking you a question, like you could have worked for them at one point. They could come back and say, hey, I know it's been a while, but I've been meaning to ask you this, or I needed to run this by you, or whatever. So I do feel like, that is a possibility. There could be like monies that you didn't know about that could come through from some of the work that you already did in the past, right? Maybe somebody didn't pay you in the past, and now they're going to come back and repay the debt. Okay. So I do see, also for some of you, this is also about, this is a lot of communication. I do see a lot of communication. I do see, you really needing to study. Okay. For some of you, taking a course or learning something new is going to be very important. Going back to something that you wanted to learn in the past. And I feel like you're going to be able to create based off of all of that. I actually really like this reading for you guys. I'm going to leave that here. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It does help my channel grow, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who has donated to my channel and purchased me a cup of coffee. It does give me motivation to continue doing what I'm doing. I love it, and I appreciate it, because I do put in a lot of hard work, and I show up every single day. So for those of you who have felt or feel tipsy, you can always go over and buy me a cup of coffee. And there's also links in my description box. You guys, I love you all so much. Thank you again for all of your support. And also sign up for my newsletter on my website if you guys are interested in that. I am sending out emails every Tuesdays and Thursdays, Thursdays being pick a card readings. And I may swap those after the Mercury retrograde, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, you guys, love you all so much. Take care and chat soon.